You don't have to study it. You don't have to stare. You don't
That's
have to
right.
do a painting of it.
You don't have to study it.
You just need to look back and make sure, oh, that's clean water down there. If you see anything other than clean water... Hello, I am Brandon.
Now I'm Keith.
And this is Tank
Talks.
Tank Talk.
I thought you were going to finish it with Tank. I was waiting for you to say talks.
This is a very dramatic pose.
Also, sometimes...
Pause.
A dramatic pose.
Dramatic faux pas.
Sometimes you say Tank Talk instead of Tank Talks.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was waiting to see which one you would say, because I'd already prepared a correction in my mind.
Do you think there's a difference?
Well, one is the name of our show and the other is not.
I think the other one would just be if we had Tank up here and we just talked about Tank. Or we had him
true. Tank Talk
to everyone.
That would be him. These are Tank Talks.
That'd be like The Talking Dead, where it'd be the after show to this, where it'd be like, right. Welcome everyone, we're going to break down that last episode of Tank Talks. Got Robert De Niro here.
And he'll never appear on the actual show.
Oh, we'd get him. We'd spend we'd go into debt on,
Robert
talking Tank.
Yeah. Robert De Niro is Tank?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, so...
Let's talk about today's episode, not future episodes.
So, going through the list, there's a lot of stuff that we could talk about. You look out in the world, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be talked about.
That's right.
I mean, you look at the political scene is a mess. Racial tensions are everywhere. I mean, look at the sports teams. Yes. They're everywhere too.
And it goes without saying that we could fix all of those things with talking.
But I think the most crucial thing facing America right now is workplace bathroom etiquette.
You're right. You could not be more right.
I did not notice this until I started working at my current place of work. Mm-hmm. And I just started noticing how some people, I feel like they go to the bathroom a lot.
Yes.
Or just the different mannerisms they have when they go to the bathroom.
One of my favorite things about working in an office is the bathroom psychology that I get to enjoy. There's so many different, and I want to go ahead and preface that if you're a lady watching this program, you will be receiving bathroom etiquette, restroom etiquette from a male perspective, as we do not frequent the ladies' restrooms. I hear they're nice, but yeah, we don't go in there anymore. But yeah, bathroom psychology is one of my favorite things to think about in the office. And
really, it does not bother me that much to see people who on the their trips to the bathroom, if they get it wrong, because we all have our own little thing. But it really started hurting me,
right, emotionally,
spiritually, and physically, when I started seeing that within the bathroom, people were not following guidelines that have been set.
Okay.
For humans.
Was this a specific guideline that's been broken?
Well, the biggest thing right now is there's stuff in the toilet most times when I go. And it's the same stall, so I feel like it's got to be the same person.
How many stalls you got? How many stalls are we dealing with?
The bathroom I go to, we've got 2 stalls, I believe 2 urinals, maybe 1 urinal.
So kind of a classic setup.
Yes.
Okay. And the stall you frequent, arguably, possibly your favorite stall,
yes,
is full of someone else's business whenever you enter. That is a car. That is a car. We're going to talk about some etiquette, but not flushing is a cardinal sin of bathroom etiquette. It is the equivalent of coming to the table for dinner. We're talking about dining etiquette with your hands dripping with feces.
Now, if you're listening to this and you're that guy, I'm going to cover that later on in the show.
Okay.
When we go through that. But before we go through that, I want to discuss some of the smaller details about this.
There's a lot of, I think a lot of people think, oh, your bathroom trip is subjective. Oh, it's however you feel. Wrongo. Mm-hmm. There is a science. There are things that need to be, I won't say dialed in perfectly, but you have to fall within certain parameters in the restroom. So what are the questions we'll be tackling today, Brendan?
All right, Keith, how long can you be in the bathroom on average?
Okay, I say 15 minutes tops. You approach the, and we're talking about workplace now.
Yes.
In the privacy of your own home, I've been in the bathroom for hours. I can remember some nights spending the night in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Not by choice, but it's happened. But that's the privacy of my own home. We're talking about workplace bathroom situations, especially in the service industry.
Yes.
You can't be in there too long. 15 minutes is the top, in my opinion.
I'd have to counter that.
Okay.
I think that if you're in a more relaxed place, it can be different. But I think if you're in fast-paced environment, you're looking at 6 minutes being in there.
Wow.
For me, I have a strict 10 minutes. Like for me to get to the bathroom, to do whatever needs to be done,
right,
and then to be back here.
Okay. You are
at your house.
You are in a higher paced environment than I am. I think because I work in a kind of slower paced office, I can go whenever I please. No one's going to lose anything if I go. I think 15 minutes for me is pretty good. 15 minutes is the amount of time that afterwards I start to lose respect for myself.
Mm-hmm. I think that is one thing that you have to take into consideration with this. I feel like it'd be the same way if we were covering, and I felt we eventually will cover like food in the workplace.
Of course. Like
it's going to be different, like where you're at or how much time you have. Because some places, if you got 30 minutes, you need to be back 29 minutes.
Yeah.
You got 30 minutes, be back in 3 hours.
So I think what you're saying is that it varies, but what we're landing at is a 5 to 15 minute window. Beyond 15 minutes, you're in the danger zone. There are people wondering where you are. Please.
And under 5 minutes, you're probably an alien.
You're either an alien or you are not cleaned up properly.
Now, how frequently can you go to the bathroom?
You're waiting for an immediate answer from me?
Yes.
More than 2 times in a day, people will think you are A, sick, or B, trying to shirk your work duties. 2 times in a day, I think even 2 times is pushing it. But that is right under the threshold. I think everyone's allotted one deuce a day. But 2, I believe, is within the realm of possibility that you can still be a respectable worker.
I think that I would actually counter this, and I'd actually be a little more liberal
really?
than you were. I would say every 2 hours you can go.
Hold on.
Once.
Again, I think we're talking about something different. In my opinion, if you got to pee, you can go as many times as you want during the day. I'm talking about the real business. I'm saying 2 of those a day.
I think you can go, because whenever you go into the bathroom, you may be different. I feel like you're way more experienced. Usually I don't proclaim what's going to be done in the bathroom.
Again, that's not what I'm trying to say. But, I mean, again, you work in an environment where people are going to know you're gone.
Now, see, I think that this goes back to our whole time thing, because I think that if I'm going for 6 minutes, and I'm going twice an hour, and say we both work for 8 hours, then you're looking at what's that? 4 times. So I'm spending 25 minutes in the bathroom. Sure. Whereas for yours, if you're going to spend 15 minutes in there, then that's going to equal 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So I think what we're both landing at is that 30 minutes.
You can spend 30 minutes
all together in the bathroom.
Okay, I can get down with that.
Drying method. Usually you always got clothes. You usually have a dryer. You usually have some towels.
So you're adding your pants, the old pants wipe, maybe a little shirt wipe as a method for drying. In my opinion, again, you may feel free to counteract this, but my opinion is clothes are never an option. Whenever you leave, your clothes are dirty, most likely. There are germs on your clothes. You just negated any reason for washing your hands by wiping them on your clothing, I would say. Also, you're going to look wet. So my hierarchy goes as such. Clothes are never an option. Then paper towels if they got them. A dryer if I have to. I don't like maybe I'm old fashioned. I love a good tree killing paper towel over a hand dryer.
I have to say I'm the same way.
I finally agree.
I usually go into the bathroom to I want to be relaxing, and I can't relax if there's a freaking airplane engine 3 feet from me.
That's right. It's hard to relax. It's hard to get the job done whenever the airplanes are flying through the bathroom.
Now, if you have a lunch break, 30 minutes or an hour, mine is generally 30 minutes.
Yep.
Usually, either 15 or 30, depending on how long we're working.
Wow, the lovely people at state government have given me an hour.
Now, do you need to do everything on your break? Like eat, whatever, any phone calls, and use the bathroom?
There is a nursery rhyme that I believe the punchline is, that is why I poop on company time. And I'm a big fan of that nursery rhyme. If I could remember the whole thing. I say no. For me, what I think it is slightly not respectable if you take a full hour, full lunch break, and then if you start your bathroom trip at that last minute of the hour and push it another 30 or something, that can't respect that. But what I can respect, take your hour lunch break, go back, do some work, maybe work 15, 20, 30 minutes, maybe even another hour. Then you head back for the post-lunch poops, if you need to do that. I think that's perfectly respectable. I think people are, by that time, you've settled in. You are in the work zone, but sometimes you got to take a brief break from work to go finish off any of that post-lunch business. But yeah, and it's a good way to squeeze a couple extra minutes into your lunch break. I mean, I'm not trying to give the man everything I got.
Yeah, I think I have the opposite approach.
You think so?
I think that I try to do everything I can on my break. And I think it's because I don't want to have the reputation of being that guy. And I think it goes back to if you're working at your own pace or if you're working like in a team environment. So I think like for you, like, and I could be wrong, but I think your job, it's kind of every day you pretty much have 50 of whatever like that needs to be done, or like 30 or whatever. Like every day it's pretty much this is your set amount you have to be done. And I think like for me working at Chick-fil-A, you have some days where you might have one customer in 2 hours, or you could have 10 customers like walking in constantly. So I think that you just kind of have to keep that in mind.
That definitely does change things. You're right, because you are right about my job. As long as I get my stuff done, it really doesn't matter. I could say if I was able to squeeze it all into the last hour and do it, I could twiddle my thumbs for the first 7.
And I've always believed that if you're getting it done, then you should be able to have those privileges.
Getting it done.
To me, there's a difference between the person that has all this work and they're on their phone, and the other person that is like doing all of their work and on their phone for a couple of minutes.
Of course.
Now, Keith, I want us to take someone through proper etiquette for a stall and for a urinal.
I think that's a good idea. I think we've made a lot of claims. I think we've given a lot of helpful hints, but maybe someone's never been to the bathroom before.
Now we're in the room.
We're going to teach.
The call is coming from within the
room. We are going to go. We're going to walk. I'm going to start you at the door, and I'm going to take you to the urinal. I'm going to take you from fullness to emptiness and back out the door.
Please do.
Okay, so you want to walk in. You don't want to swing the door open too quickly because there may be someone trying to come out. The way our bathroom at work is set up is that if you swing that door open too quickly, you're going to knock someone down. You might knock them right back in the toilet they just came from. It's very possible. So you want to come in calmly, even if you got to go bad. You just come in real calm. You walk in, you need to spot the urinal. You need to decide on a target. If you're a shorter guy, maybe you go for the shorter urinal. If you're average size to taller, go for the taller urinal because there's always a shorter one. Also, you're going to keep an eye out for who's in the bathroom already. Let's say you have a 3 urinal setup. If you got someone on that far left urinal, you're going to want to target the far right urinal. You got someone in the middle, now you got a choice to make. You either need to go to the right or the left urinal and gamble whether they're going to accept you coming in to pee right beside them, or you can take the safe route and go right into a stall. That's where Brandon's going to pick up. But I'm going to still take care of the urinals here. So let's say there is one man on the far left. You've targeted the right urinal. You're headed to the right urinal. You have to pee. Now this is another pet peeve of mine. Now you're at the urinal. It's time to take out the tool and do the work. that was a strange sentence coming out of my mouth. But
so really you can take that if you're a plumber or if you're just an average man that has to relieve himself.
Right. Okay, so this is I'm going to teach you youngsters and any adults who haven't learned it out there. Pants typically are designed intuitively. You may think that pants have been given buttons and zippers willy-nilly for no reason. That's incorrect. You have a button at the top of your pants and a zipper underneath that to allow you to just unzip the zipper and then pull yourself through the flap on your underwear. Therefore, you don't have to undo a belt, you don't have to undo your button, and you don't have to pull your waistband down in front of you like some sort of animal. And I'm sure that there are people, even in present company, who do that. I'm not sure. But that's how they're made. Your underwear have a flap and your pants have a zipper because they want to make it easier for you. So just let Fruit of the Loom fix your bathroom situation. So now you relieve yourself. I'm taking a little while longer, but people need to hear this. You relieve yourself. You're finished up. You want to shake it enough to get everything out. There is no way for you to shake every last drop out of your fella down there. But you're going to want to try as hard as you can. Make sure everything's dry when you zip back up. So you're going to zip back up, turn around slowly just in case someone's headed toward you. You want to keep everybody in view. You don't want to knock anybody over. You head to the sink. You wash your hands. Use your preferred drying method, ideally not your clothes, and you head on out of there. Mm-hmm. And that is how you use a urinal.
Now, Brandon, for mine, it's going to be the same entrance and exit as Keith's.
Okay.
But for mine, the difference is you're gonna, after you go through the first door, you're gonna walk over to the stall. You're gonna get that door. You're gonna close it. Make sure that it's closed or locked. If you have one that doesn't have a lock working, don't stay in there. It's gonna, the anxiety is gonna start kicking in if you stay in there. Now, once you're in there, what I like to do is I like to put something to cover the seat because I just feel like that's hygienic.
Ooh, okay.
You don't want to go cheek to porcelain when someone else is just want to cheek to porcelain in there. And
that is one of the scariest things when you sit down and it's still warm.
So after that, you remove your pants and you'll do whatever you need to do. I like to use this time to relax, to unwind. I think that's why I like to have a stall. It's kind of like you're going on vacation. Like if you're going to a urinal, you're just going like
you're just getting the job done.
Speed diving or whatever people go on kayaking or whatever. But the stall was more of like the vacation where you go to the spa. You go get a massage or whatever. So you do what you need to do. Then after you have cleaned yourself, you're going to want to make sure the toilet flushes. Now, for some of them, they're going to be manual. Some are automatic. I think this is where people make a mistake, though, is if you have an automatic one, you think that it's doing all the work for you. And I think this is where the guy is messing up, like where I work at. So I think that he just hears it go and think, oh, I'm done. But you need to do one more quick glance. You don't have to study it. You don't have to stare. You don't have to do a painting of it.
You don't have to study it.
You just need to look back and make sure, oh, that's clean water down there. If you see anything other than clean water, you just need to give it another manual flush, or you need to wave your hand and make sure that it automatically flushes. You need to make sure that is clean water down there. No other colors. If there's any colors down there, you haven't done it.
Straight, clear, potable water down there.
And then put your pants back on, and you can leave.
And then you head on out. Unlock that door and head on out. Well, I think we've done a real service today.
I think we have too.
I think as adult men who are learning how to use the bathroom, we ought to do our best to help other adult men learn how to use the bathroom. Or if you're a child out there, be sure to remember, if there's one thing I want you to get, it's that bit about the pants being manufactured in a certain way. Let the people who manufacture the pants teach you how to pee. They know what they're doing. They make pants. You have anything else, Brandon?
I think that's it.
All right, well, we thank you for watching this Tank Talk. This has been a Tank Talk with your boys, Keith
and Brandon.
We will see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.